Starting at the bottom, we have the mannequins, which are these wooden toy figures that Kane uses as a blank slate to fill out his adventures and make the circus feel populated. Most of them have zero personality and just stand around in the background doing normal people things like eating or walking, except when the animators get bored and decide to make them actually do something. For example, Kevin Temmer was bored while working on this scene, so he added some extra background animation. And you can spot a few funny details, like one of the NPCs getting killed. But that's not what we're here for. Let's talk about the first NPC we encounter in the series. In the pilot, when Pomni is looking for Kane after Ragatha gets glitched, she opens several doors leading to a boxing glove, an aquarium, a carousel, and a mannequin. A red mask tries to attack Pomni, but she closes the door before it can reach her. Well, Gooseworks actually gave us some information about this mannequin. He's called Dr. Football, and guess what? He's not a doctor at all, and he doesn't even know what football is. Then there's Disappearing Guy. The first time we see him is in episode 5, where Jax tells us he's an NPC from an old adventure. He appears and disappears 3 different times throughout the episode. First, at the bar, where he attempts to order something before instantly vanishing. Then, during the softball adventure, he's supposed to sing the anthem. And finally, he makes one last appearance during Jax's bathroom breakdown in episode 6. There's the mannequin who got addicted to the stupid sauce.
I'd like to order the stupid burger. Don't forget the sauce. I'm addicted.
And the cereal bowl guy.
Are you ready to order?
No thanks. I got this bowl of cereal.
And then there's Ming, voiced by Chris O'Neill. Kane literally created him as a walking lesson about assumptions, which is why Ming gets irritated every time someone jumps to conclusions. Abel is also technically a mannequin, but we'll get to him later because his story goes way deeper than this level. One level above the mannequins, we have the NPCs that Kane creates for his adventures. In the pilot, there's the Gloink Queen, who is this giant worm mother that turns everything she swallows into gloinks. And she comes back in episode 4 as a customer at Spudsy's, trying to feed her 297 children. There's also a confirmed Gloink King, who is the size of a normal gloink and dies after mating with the queen, the same way praying mantises do. In episode 2, you have Gummy Goo, the gummy crocodile bandit leader, and his 2 brothers Max and Chad. Gummy Goo becomes self-aware and has an existential crisis about being an NPC. And Pomni bonds with him, and then Kane deletes him the second he steps into the circus. There's Princess Luli Lalu, the ruler of the Candy Kingdom in episode 2. She sees Kane as a god, and her greatest enemy is the Fudge. The Fudge used to be a moat guard for the Candy Kingdom, but he got banished by the princess because he kept eating the candy citizens, and his defense was, it isn't murder if it's delicious. His design is a reference to the Greedy from the Raggedy Ann and Andy movie. In episode 3, there's Ghostly, the cute ghost who is voiced by the same VA as Kaufmo. And since Kaufmo barely speaks before abstracting in the pilot, Ghostly is actually the role where the VA got to do real voice acting for the first time. Baron Theodore Mildenhall and his wife Martha are the owners of the Haunted Mansion. While Theodore is only heard through a series of tape recordings describing the creature haunting the estate, Martha actually appears in person. Ragatha, Jax, and Gangle end up meeting her and spending a surprisingly pleasant afternoon tea with her, while Kinger and Pomni are busy being trapped in literal hell. The Angel is the scariest NPCs in the entire series, and if you watched my previous video, you'll know that its original concept art was even more terrifying than the version we ended up getting.